The value of a single Bitcoin is going to reach $80,000. This is what I think is going to happen, everyone. I'm being very serious when I say that it's most likely going to occur this week. I believe that it is okay, and it will be, if this Black Swan event does occur this coming week, then it will result in an additional 40 cents being added to the dollar, which means that you should go all in if it does happen, since it will reverse higher. All right, the topic that we will be delving into in today's video is the following: the dump, the crash, the flash crash, and the Black Swan. The cherry on top, which can be seen in the bar chart, has been added to the already existing connections and Bitcoin. A total of $8.8 billion was raised when the Bill Gates Foundation sold 65% of its Microsoft holdings. You mean it? Therefore, the Gates Foundation Trust is presented here, gentlemen. Microsoft information technology has been reduced by 65%. All right, then. And I believe that this occurred during the previous quarter, correct? Guys, it was only just launched. As a result, they are abandoning ship. They are selling every single item that they have on hand. Are they correct in selling their own companies? They wish to leave the system. Something alarming, something of great magnitude is on its way. There is a possibility that there are connections between him and some things that are going to be disclosed this week, and you are aware of this. Who is to say? Who can say, fellas? However, the only thing I am aware of is that they are probably selling the collapses that are right around the corner. I have the conviction that this is what I believe. At this point in time, I continue to maintain my prediction that Bitcoin will return to this location. It is going to fall down like that, but there is a possibility that it may go higher thereafter and then reverse itself. If that's the case, I imagine we'll be pumping, guys. All right, then. XRP, on the other hand, is expected to drop to $1.50, give or take a few cents. I'm sorry, but the charts are now indicating that the price of Bitcoin will drop to approximately 80,000 and the 80K, folks. All right, then. In the vicinity of the area right about now, everything is absolutely perfect. Keep in mind that we are not out of the woods until we actually are out of the woods. Yocto Dominishart, the extent to which this storm would grow in ferocity was completely unknown to me. Inform them at this moment. The identity of Satoshi Nakamoto is actually Jeffrey E. Do you want to guess what was just released? You are out of time. The emails show that the funding and management of Bitcoin Core's development are the responsibility of Jeffrey E. Aladdin is quite serious and is not fooling around at all. Aladdin is being completely serious. Take a look at this. The date on which Altar of Eagle was changed over was December 12th, 2022. This information was well known by the XRP community years ago. The future of Bitcoin is going to be, you mean it? Is that not correct? Eid al-Fitr, is that all right? None of these things are fictitious. Dan gives his stamp of approval to this. The individual who has been crying out with all his might that the price of Bitcoin is plummeting towards the absolute $0 mark, that's exactly what I'm purchasing. The anticipation of making a purchase is something I am looking forward to, absolutely at no cost to you. Is that not correct? We utilized gift funds in order to underwrite this, which allowed us to move forward and win this round. This was all thanks to the Digital Currency Initiative. So it appears that he has ties, or had ties, to Bitcoin SP. Specifically, he is involved in the development of Bitcoin Core. It's unbelievable that the foundation of the new financial system or this new technology was supported by this individual. So now once again, I am of the opinion that a Black Swan is just around the corner and it will plummet Bitcoin to the figure of $80,000 this week as it comes. If I am correct, this is going to be the most legendary and crazy call out that there is. There will be an additional VOD and Bitcoin will probably be set to 80K. The price will likely be around $1.50, maybe a little bit lower in fact, and then it will reverse and move upward. All right. However, the Aladdin is making it happen by announcing that it is so because the chart states that it is. At the time that occurs, we will be very near the bottom, by the way. Take a look at this. According to the emails, he came into contact with Satoshi during the climate summit in the year 2014. Oh, and by the way, wasn't Satoshi a well-known person? In the same way that we made a call for a very long time ago, Dan Pena made that statement for that reason. It's heading straight to zero if you have any idea who Satoshi is. Oh, really? That's quite fascinating. Satoshi, the cryptocurrency known as Bitcoin. Therefore, it does not appear as though you are utilizing an appropriate method to prioritize the many tasks on your agenda. How do you intend to handle all of these matters? This is something that this week is going to be my week here. You might become weary of me. I am not able to speak freely because I have just gotten a seat on the train. I will renew this, so be careful. A habit that has been around for a long time this week, Teal and a lot of other people. And then he says right there, Satoshi, welcome guests at any time. You can also welcome guests at any time if you think that there are interesting people in town. Everyone is here for the climate summit. And then, yes, so this is actually insane, everyone. Isn't it completely out of control? Therefore, Bitcoin, the identity of the person who founded Bitcoin has been discovered. This is the moment that we have been talking about for a long time now, gentlemen. The death of Bitcoins is right around the corner. Correct. Therefore, the communications make it clear that the Bitcoin entrepreneur is Brock Pierce at the Manhattan townhouse of Jeffrey E. Larry Summers, who formerly served as the United States Secretary of the Treasury, had a discussion about Bitcoin with Brock Pierce, the co-founder of Tether, the issuer of stablecoin. Based on the contents of the emails, Pierce portrayed himself as the most active investor in Bitcoin, while Summers voiced a cautious interest in investing in the cryptocurrency but was concerned about the potential reputational consequences that could arise from the market's volatility. Okay, so this individual is the co-founder of the issuer of stablecoin, which is called Tether. Yeah, everything that we called for is coming true. Everything. Wow, this. Is it true that both Tether and Bitcoin are doomed to fail? I was not aware of the excuse that you were going to make, folks. I did not do that, did I? Is it okay if some individuals in the XRP community were aware of this? I have this feeling that Bitcoin is somewhere in those e-files, although I am not sure why I have this feeling. Would you have a look at this? According to this, Satoshi was on E Island, correct? Do you know any of these individuals? I am asking because, is that correct with regard to our community? I was unaware of the justification that they would employ in order to bring down Bitcoin and Tether. I was aware that an unfavorable situation was on the horizon. Okay, so I suppose they are going to make use of this justification. All right, here you are. Starting in 2024, Get Ready for the Truth is about to begin providing ease linkages to Tether and Bitcoin, and of course, the creation of central bank digital currencies, CBDCs. They want central bank digital currencies, correct? Guys, Mr. Poole did make the comment that they were on the verge of, is my estimation correct? That is expected to happen this week, as I have heard. And this, as I said, is really well connected to everything that is currently happening. All right, then you are a badass, awful or terrible. The email revealed that Jeffrey was concerned about the taxes that were imposed on Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, correct? That is nothing, as the emails demonstrate otherwise. What I'm trying to say is what I am even more worried about is his connections with the funding or development of Bitcoin, correct? On a very basic level, I mean to say. So it appears that he possessed a great deal of what is it called? It appears that he was quite interested in Bitcoin, doesn't it? It is intriguing that everyone wants to get in on the cryptocurrency that is being developed here. E sent a text message to the associate, which was rather funny. Wow, guys, you should know that this was something that was planned out a long time ago. Is that not correct? It definitely was. At this point, we should move forward in time. All right, let us go on to the next part. We should seek out Dan. Penta. You agree, right? Not a single person paid attention. Once all of the facts come to light, adult men will weep just like infants. However, we are the first ones to refer to it by that name. That this is going to happen, it is unbelievable that we were aware of it. However, you guys, Bitcoin is about to go down. Get ready, get ready, get ready. I am being sincere. You would flee at the fastest speed humanly possible to get rid of it the moment that you found out who was truly responsible for Bitcoin. I am aware of the fact. 100%. If you possess Bitcoin, and you were aware of the identity of the person who held it or who was responsible for its creation, you would not be able to sleep at night. I am aware of the fact, absolutely, without a doubt, when the actual founder of Bitcoin makes his or her appearance, it is my humble view that Bitcoin will plummet to zero. I do not consider myself to be a modest individual. I'm telling you, it's not difficult at all. Once we are able to determine the identity of Satoshi, Bitcoin is going to plummet to zero. Therefore, we have already determined that the individual known as Satoshi is not the same person as Jeffrey E. It is not him. It is someone different. However, at some point in time, all of them came together. We were able to advance rapidly and secure victory in this round because we used gift monies to cover